Archangel Michael says, this message is not ordinary. It comes from the other side where time flows differently, and love speaks louder than words. Someone you loved dearly, now in heaven, has moved the skies to reach you before it's too late. Your name has been spoken in the realm of light, and your soul has been summoned to listen. The one who crossed over has not rested until this moment, because something sacred is tied to your destiny. Within the next 3 hours, a shift will begin, and ignoring this sign would close a door that will not open again. Archangel Michael says, your loved one has seen what is ahead, and with divine urgency, they have pierced through the veil. They are not only watching you, they are speaking now through this divine alignment. What they couldn't say before is now revealed, and your spirit must receive it in full clarity. You have been feeling strange energies around you. That's no accident. Whispers, signs, dreams, and even the sudden presence of a familiar fragrance or sensation. That was them trying to say, I'm near. Please open your heart and listen. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You once shared laughter, tears, and unspoken bonds with this person. They knew your soul before you even understood it yourself. In their final breath, there was something they wanted to tell you, but time ended before they could. They have not forgotten. They have traveled through dimensions to deliver this truth now, because the clock is ticking, and only you can decide how this ends. A sacred window has opened, but it will shut the moment the 3 hours are over. This is not a message of fear, but a message of power and divine connection. A contract was formed in the spiritual realm, a vow they made before leaving Earth. And that vow involves your safety, your path, your name, and something you must now claim. Archangel Michael says, the heavens are standing still because this moment is unlike any other. The one in heaven who loved you deeply saw the betrayal that took place behind your back. They saw the person who pretended to love you but secretly removed your name from a promise that could have changed your life. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They tried to keep it hidden, but your spiritual protector saw it all. That betrayal is what pushed this message to break the boundaries between the living and the divine. Your loved one has seen your pain, your delays, your confusion, and they couldn't stay silent anymore. They are asking you to be still now, breathe, and prepare yourself. Because after this message, you will feel a stirring in your spirit you cannot explain. The truth will begin to surface and everything that was delayed will suddenly break through. Do you remember the final time you saw them? That day meant more than you knew. There was a message in their eyes, a warmth in their voice, a hidden goodbye in their silence, but you didn't catch it then. But now the meaning will rise from the ashes. That day wasn't the end, it was the beginning of a spiritual promise. A promise they made to protect you even in death, and now that promise is activating. Type Amen to get blessing 111. There is something they left behind, either a letter, a message, a gift, or a sacred object. You will soon come across it without trying. And when you do, you will feel a wave of heat in your chest, because your spirit will recognize the truth. They want you to forgive yourself for not knowing. They want you to understand that what was taken from you wasn't your fault. Someone in your family held onto a secret and didn't tell you the truth about your inheritance or your divine path. But heaven is revealing it now. In 3 hours, the veil will shift and either clarity or confusion will take hold. This is why your loved one begged for this message to reach you, because their soul is aching to see you break free from what was stolen. They tried everything in the spiritual realm to get your attention. That ringing in your ear, that sudden cold breeze, that moment when a picture fell for no reason, that wasn't random. It was them. Type Amen to get blessing 222. They need you to know that a woman has been speaking your name in envy. She is not just jealous. She actively tried to stop your blessings by speaking curses and aligning with others against you. But she cannot win, because your divine shield is now activated. Your loved one in heaven is removing her influence now. In the next 3 hours, expect her presence to fade, her control to weaken, and your power to rise. You are being covered with heavenly fire, and nothing she says will stand. There's something else they're asking you to do, don't react. They're warning you not to confront anyone, not to speak hastily, not to doubt. Just receive, believe, and stay alert. The signs will start pouring in. You are about to receive a message from someone living, someone you've not spoken to in a long time. This person was connected to your loved one in a mysterious way, and they've been holding back something you need to hear. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You are being aligned with your true divine purpose. Your life had been redirected by someone else's decision, but now the heavenly order is returning. Your story is being rewritten by the hand of someone who once held your hand in love and now watches over you in spirit. Your blessings were hidden in places you forgot to look. Your breakthroughs are not far, they're within reach, but they require your awareness and your silence. You cannot rush this moment. Your loved one says, the pain you've endured has not gone unseen. The nights you cried thinking nobody understood were witnessed by them every time. They were there at the edge of your bed, whispering hope into your heart while you slept. Now they are revealing one final secret. You will soon receive an opportunity that will look ordinary, but it's not. It's heaven's disguised door to bring you into alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You've been feeling tired, not just physically, but spiritually. That exhaustion is from spiritual warfare. Someone has been pulling on your energy through gossip, betrayal, and misalignment. But your loved one has now blocked it. They are urging you to stop explaining yourself to people who never cared to understand you. You are no longer required to beg for support or beg to be seen. You have already been marked by heaven. Something powerful will be said about you in a room where your name isn't even mentioned, but the effect will benefit you. Someone will try to take credit for your work, but that illusion will shatter, and your truth will rise. In the next 3 hours, a divine exposure will begin. What was hidden in darkness will be exposed in light. And the one who tried to control the narrative will lose their grip. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You will also notice a sudden craving to be alone, and that is divine guidance. Your soul is recalibrating. You are shedding old timelines, old grief, and making space for heavenly alignment. If you receive an unexpected phone call, listen closely. If you hear a familiar voice in your dreams, don't ignore it. If a butterfly appears, or the wind speaks your name, know this is them. They want you to keep a journal now. Start recording what comes up in these hours. The symbols, the visions, the shifts in your emotions, all are clues from the divine realm. A certain number will keep showing up, possibly 333, 111, or 777. These are the frequencies your loved one is using to speak to you through time and space. Do not dismiss them. Type Amen to get blessing 444. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There is also a message about love. A person you once loved but thought was gone forever is thinking about returning. But your loved one in heaven wants you to wait. Not everyone deserves access to the new version of you. They are protecting your heart from future heartbreak. They are guiding someone else toward you, someone more aligned with your soul contract. This person has already dreamt of you but hasn't found the courage to reach out. That courage will come in the next 3 hours. Watch your inbox, your messages, even your surroundings. Their face will appear in some way to let you know it's time. And when it happens, your loved one will be right beside you, smiling. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Your time of delay is ending. Your days of questioning your worth are over. You are stepping into a time where the pain will turn into power, and the silence will break into answers. If you feel chills as you read this, know that is them. They are touching your soul to remind you that death did not separate your love, it transformed it. You are never alone. They are asking you to light a candle tonight, and speak to them. No matter where you are, even if you whisper, it will reach them. Your voice is more powerful than you know. In just a short moment, the alignment begins. The promise is already unfolding. Let your heart be open and your spirit aware. Type Amen to get blessing 121. They're saying, I never left you. I'm still guiding you. And this message is proof. The hourglass is nearly empty. But it's not too late. You've read this because heaven made sure you did. And when the 3 hours are up, you'll see why it mattered. Type Amen to get blessing 000. Archangel Michael says, the reason this message was delivered now is because you are on the edge of a major life shift. One choice, one word, one meeting will define the course of your next chapter. The one you loved in heaven has been watching the build-up to this very moment, and they knew if they didn't intervene now, you might miss what was destined for you. There is something coming that will look like a small opportunity, but in truth, it is a divine doorway. Your loved one is orchestrating this from above, connecting people, shifting energy, and even creating delays to protect you from traps. Their spiritual hands are over your timeline, molding what's broken into something that will shine. Even your enemies will be confused by what happens next. Because nothing will make sense to those who thought they could block your purpose. What was meant to harm you will now become the reason you rise higher than ever. You might suddenly be remembered by someone powerful, or noticed by a stranger who has a gift for you. This is not coincidence. This is the divine intervention from the one who loved you and made a promise they are still keeping from heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You felt forgotten, but the heavens never took their eyes off you. They've been whispering your name to the right hearts. Now, the soul that left this earth is your main advocate in the unseen world. There's something specific they want you to stop doing. They want you to stop settling. Stop accepting half-hearted connections, small rewards, and breadcrumbs of love. They are begging you to wake up and demand what you truly deserve. You were never meant to walk in circles. That cycle of almost, of waiting, of hoping with no return, it ends now. Because the next few hours are breaking that chain with divine precision. You will likely feel dizzy, emotional, or even tearful for no reason. That is your soul responding to spiritual alignment. That is their presence wrapping around you. Type Amen to get blessing 848. Your dreams will change tonight. You'll see visions, feel touch, or hear words you won't immediately understand. But they will hold messages encoded in light. Write them down. Record the moment. This is not imagination, it's divine communication. They're showing you flashes of moments yet to come. A place you haven't visited but will soon walk into. A person whose eyes you'll recognize instantly, though you've never met. This loved one in heaven has been waiting for this moment since they crossed over. They tried many times to reach you, but the timing was not right. Now, the spiritual atmosphere has opened, and you are able to receive. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The pain you carry, they know it. The heartbreak, the silence, the betrayal, they've felt it all beside you. Every tear you cried reached them like a bell ringing across heaven. And yet, they never left your side. Every near accident you avoided, every time you escaped danger, that was their doing. They intervened more than you know. Now they're showing you a glimpse of the truth behind the silence of certain people. Those who went quiet didn't just disappear, they were spiritually blocked from harming you. You were protected in ways you weren't meant to understand then, but you will soon. There is someone you were meant to meet months ago, but a spiritual delay happened. That delay ends within these 3 hours. Expect a reconnection or a new bond that feels strangely familiar. Type Amen to get blessing 999. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There is also a hidden contract, spiritual or legal, that is going to come to light. Your name was almost erased from something that would have changed your life. But this soul in heaven refused to let that happen. They spoke your name into divine justice. They made intercession for you in realms unseen. And now, the paper, the message, or the call you've waited for will arrive. It will look natural, but your spirit will know the truth. This was their final promise being fulfilled. It will bring tears, but not of sadness, of recognition, relief, and divine timing. Someone tried to take your portion. Someone smiled in your face while signing your name away. But it will be restored. Type Amen to get blessing 212. You may begin to feel unexplainable joy. A warmth in your hands, a lightness in your chest, a peace in the middle of confusion. That is them. That is the one you loved, letting you know they are proud of how far you've come. They see how much you endured silently, and they are pouring divine strength into your being. They want you to be very careful with your thoughts during these hours. Do not speak negatively. Do not curse your progress. Because your words now carry the power of spiritual seeds, and what you say will bloom quickly. Even the people watching you quietly will begin to reveal themselves. One will confess, another will disappear, and a third will ask for forgiveness. This is all part of the spiritual shift. Type Amen to get blessing 414. You are being repositioned without moving. The scenery may look the same, but your energy is shifting to a higher dimension. Your loved one is helping you outgrow old pain without bitterness. They want you to clean a space, physically and spiritually. Remove things that no longer reflect who you are becoming. Make room for the arrival of what is long overdue. Also, check your mail or inbox. A message delayed will arrive. Something from the past, finally reaching you now. The time is shortening. The blessing is near. You're about to understand why the wait was necessary. Type Amen to get blessing 333. And finally, when this hour passes, you will no longer feel the weight you carried yesterday. A burden will lift. A fog will clear. A sense of calm and knowing will replace your anxious wondering. You are not alone. You never were. And now, more than ever, you are being led by the spirit of someone who still loves you beyond the boundaries of life and death. They are smiling, even now, as you read this. Because they see the future you've been too afraid to believe in. And they are ready to walk with you, still, until you step fully into it. The clock is ticking. The moment is near. The heavens have made a path, and your name is written on it. Type Amen to get blessing 101. Your story is far from over. In fact, it is just beginning. And it begins with this message, this sign, and this undeniable presence that wraps around you like light. 3 hours. That's all it takes to shift your fate into alignment. Let go. Trust. And receive. Type Amen to get blessing 000. Archangel Michael says, these final moments are like the final brushstrokes on a masterpiece your soul has waited lifetimes to see completed. Your loved one in heaven is watching, waiting, and guiding the flow of time around you. You are walking toward a divine collision, where past pain and future promise will meet and heal each other. They are reminding you that nothing is wasted. Not your delays, not your tears, not even the heartbreaks that almost destroyed you. Every experience was carefully allowed to prepare you for what is now beginning to rise. The people who underestimated your silence will soon witness your emergence. And those who laughed at your suffering will now observe the hand of heaven lifting you where no human hand could. Your loved one is arranging that not for revenge, but for divine justice. They know the real you, the one the world tried to erase. And in these final hours, they are breathing courage into your chest, clarity into your mind, and divine awareness into your path. Type Amen to get blessing 113. You may be wondering why you're feeling more emotional than usual. It's because your spiritual frequency is matching the vibration of the divine realm right now. You are more open, more receptive, and your soul is ready to absorb the sacred truths being poured into you. If you've been feeling like withdrawing from certain people lately, follow that instinct. Your loved one is helping you recognize energy that no longer serves your highest good. Separation is protection, and silence is a sacred strategy in these final hours. There will be a breakthrough in the area you least expect. A job, a relationship, a financial burden, one of these will shift in a surprising way. This is their way of showing you they never stopped fighting for your peace. You might hear their voice, feel a whisper, or even have a memory appear so vividly it brings you to tears. That is them. That is their soul brushing against yours to say, I'm here. I've always been here. Type Amen to get blessing 434. There was a day in your past when you nearly gave up. That night, you cried out, even if only in your thoughts, and no one responded. But someone did hear you, your loved one in heaven. That moment was etched into their soul, and they made a promise to the divine on your behalf. They vowed that if they couldn't protect you in life, they would protect you in spirit, and that vow is being honored now. They know who hurt you. They saw who manipulated your innocence, who silenced your voice, who walked away without apology. But they are asking you to release that pain now, not to forget, but to set your soul free. Because the only thing heavy enough to block your blessing is unhealed pain. And this next blessing is too big to be carried with sorrow still chained to your chest. Type Amen to get blessing 555. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. A sudden lightness is coming. Like a wave of invisible freedom brushing over your heart. Like something being lifted that you didn't even know you were still carrying. They're showing me a scene, you walking somewhere familiar, but suddenly seeing it with new eyes. Colors brighter, air lighter, emotions softer. That is your new spiritual atmosphere beginning to form. You may also start noticing animals, birds, or natural signs around you behaving unusually. That is nature aligning to the vibration of this heavenly message. The universe is participating in your miracle. Prepare yourself emotionally. Something you thought was lost forever will return, maybe not in the form you expect, but in the purpose you've been unknowingly praying for. The wait is ending. Type Amen to get blessing 929. You were lied to about something. Someone covered the truth and presented you with a version of life that kept you small. But that truth is about to break open. The letter, the will, the money, the opportunity, it will come forward. And your name will be attached. This is what your loved one wanted to ensure you receive. They're also warning you not to be too quick to share this next breakthrough. Keep it silent until it's sealed. Because not everyone will be happy for you. But you won't need their celebration. Heaven is already rejoicing. And your loved one is already preparing the next step after this blessing lands. Type Amen to get blessing 181. There's a final message they want you to feel deep in your spirit. You are the one who breaks the generational chain. The pain in your bloodline ends with you. The cycles of silence, sabotage, and spiritual blindness, they stop here. You were chosen long ago. Even before you knew it. Your path has been harder not because you were cursed, but because you were the breaker of curses. This is why the battle has been so strong. This is why the pain felt unbearable. But now, that divine battle is being concluded with victory in your favor. You will sleep differently after this. Deeper, safer, more rested. Because your soul will finally recognize that the storm is passing. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Your hands may start to tingle. Your thoughts may come alive with sudden ideas, insights, and plans. These are divine downloads being transferred into your spirit. Don't ignore them. Write them down. Move gently, but quickly when guided. Because the next 3 days following this moment will be unlike any before. You will meet someone, hear something, or receive a message that unlocks an entirely new direction. And you'll know in that moment, that this wasn't just a message. It was a divine preparation. A sacred warning. And an everlasting gift. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Your loved one is with you now. Not in the past, not in memory, but in presence. In this moment, surrounding you in light, love, and unwavering faith in who you are becoming. Look for the sign. It will come. And when it does, let your spirit say yes. Because heaven has moved. The clouds have parted. The time is now. Type Amen to get blessing 000.